Hi, my name is Cowell. I'm going to paint some chickens. I grew up on a farm and we always had lots of chooks, as we used to call them. And I'm using pastels, pastel pencils, and the Derwent pastel range. And I've got a photograph of 3 chickens, and I'm just very quickly, with very straight lines, sketching them in. I find the halfway mark on the paper and the halfway mark on the photograph, and then work to the left and work to the right, and look at the shapes above and below the heads, and try and get it accurate. And of course, the gaps between the legs help you to position the drawing on the paper. Using a brown pastel pencil. They are basically brown birds, but my drawing won't show through. I'm not too bothered about my drawing showing through the painting, but once I start putting colour on, it all comes together. I'm working with the Derwent pastel range. I'm only going to use the primary colours, red, yellow and blue. By mixing them together, I'll achieve some browns. So with the bird on the left, where it's light, I'm putting the yellow down, and where the form is darker, I'm working with the blue and using quite broad strokes just to put the colour down. I don't blend with my finger. I try and push the paint into the colour, so I layer a lot. And then using a pastel pencil, a dark one, pulling out some of the detail. The white pastel is just used to create the form. And of course, the pastel pencil will put some of the feather texture in. When I'm doing the detail, it's very much done with the pastel pencil, and you can see me blending as I go. So where it's light, it goes yellow, medium tone is red, and of course then the blue is going to give you the darker tones. Tidying up as I go, a bit of pastel here and there, a bit of pencil work on top. No rubbing with your fingers. When you rub with your fingers, you tend to get the pastel too flat, and the vibrancy of the colour doesn't come through. For me, the joy of pastel is that you're drawing, but you're drawing with colour, and you can get these very beautiful colours to leap off the paper. I'll come back and finish each bird as I work along. So I'm really blocking in big blocks of colour, not too much detail at this stage. So working the legs. Love doing chicken legs. They've got quite interesting shapes. The bird next door, because the bird on the left is mainly oranges and browns, I'm dropping in the blue as an underpainting, and it's quite a light amount of colour that's going on, and then of course using the yellows and the reds just to bring the light. So the light is coming from the right hand side of the painting, and everything to the left is darker. Blocking in using pencil. I try and establish the eyes as soon as possible, and that just helps to bring the bird to life. And once again, working fairly quickly. I think this was a 2-hour demonstration, and we have speeded it up quite a bit, but hopefully you'll get the general idea. I appear to have made a mistake, and what I do is use a damp brush to pull the paint off and then let it dry and work on top of it. Using the white on the legs, and of course the pencil then on top just to pull some details out. I'm very aware of the shadows that I need to create in the form, and I always use the pencil just to give the impression of the feathers. You don't have to paint each and every feather in. I think quite often it's nice to leave the viewer to supply the details. I'm after some very bright colours now, just to liven the painting up, and because it's mostly orange to the left, I'm going with cool colours and blues on the chicken on the right. And as an artist, I give myself lots of opportunity to experiment with colour. Just loving the purple. Don't know that I've seen a purple chook, but this painting's definitely got one in. Checking my drawing from the original photograph. Just try and pull the details out. And it's all about enjoying your painting, having fun with it. And pastel is one of those mediums that you can correct a tremendous amount. Here go the shadows. Must always put shadows in underneath. And there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this painting. Thank you.